Hello. Another day, another mailbox money. Hi, Cass. It's Monday. It's Mailbox Money Monday. It's a beautiful day to be alive in the streets. Now, if you're new here, hi, my name is Alyssa Simpson. I'm a mindset and manifestation mentor, and I actually joined a new Restfully receiving abundance income stream back in July of 2025, where I receive mailbox money every week, sometimes every day. But the idea is that I'm going to share with you the mailbox money that we receive every Monday and pair it with a little bit of intuitive downloads that I have for the week to share with you from the mindset and manifestation lens. So let's get into our checks. The first one we have is $265. The next one we have is $351. And we have another $351. Now, for those of you who have not seen Mailbox Money Monday before, this income stream has allowed me to truly restfully receive. I don't have to hustle. I don't have to push. I don't have to do a whole lot of things that a lot of times receiving money forces you to do, right? Like, especially in the way that society has been built, there's a lot of trade your time for money going on, even in the entrepreneurial world. And when I got pregnant, when I had my son, I really decided that the way that I was doing business, the way that I was doing all things were going to have to change, especially how we are receiving. And as a master manifester, as someone who teaches others how to tap into their manifestation abilities, I know for a fact that we are able to align ourselves with wealth, with money, and receive it effortlessly. We don't have to actually trade anything for money. Money is an energy, and when you align yourself with that energy, that is when it starts to flow to you in the most beautiful, abundant, natural ways. This is too good to be true skeptical husband actually joined Mailbox Money 3 months after I did, because he saw what was happening and he was like, I need a piece of that pie. There are so many women who are inside of Mailbox Money who also are either full-time stay-at-home moms, or they have a full-time job, or they are a business owner like me, and they're also receiving money in a restful way. With the way that things are changing in our world, especially with the rise of artificial intelligence, there's going to be a new wave of doing things. And this system that me and thousands of other people are a part of is tried and true to actually not really seeing a whole lot of change when it comes to AI and the new age of doing things, because it's been around for 50 years. It has the most incredible awards for what it is. And with the rise of AI, we're all going to see a shift in things where we actually get to start doing what we desire to do. We get to start actually doing our passions. We don't have to sit here and trade time for money anymore. And I know a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, AI is going to take my job and blah, blah, my security, blah, blah. It's going to free up your actual life so you can live for a living. And what better opportunity do we have than now to join something so lucrative like Mailbox Money, so that we can have even more time and more freedom and more money to explore the things that light us the fuck up. While we're on the topic of money and wealth and receiving, I really want to share with you all something that I talk about often inside of my membership. If you're new here, I have a membership. It is a vault of everything that I have taught, my intuitive downloads, all of my trainings for the past 7 years. They live in this really beautiful hub that you can come and be a part of. Side note, everyone who joins Mailbox Money gets free lifetime access to my membership. If you don't want to join Mailbox Money, but you're like, I want to learn more from Alyssa, you can still tap into my membership. It is $111 a month. And if I do say so myself, the trainings inside are chef's kiss. I also host live coaching calls every month. We do live trainings often. There are weekly things being poured into there. So it really is the place to be. But anyways, I have spoken about this kind of a lot with this whole new Restfully receiving, especially with my new program, Restfully Rich. There is information in the show notes below, so you can check that out. I'm not going to dive into it here. Feel free to view it and apply if it feels aligned for you. But there really is this energy and this thing that goes along with wealth and money and receiving and abundance. And the fact is that it's not something that you chase or go after. It's something that you align with. And when I say that to people, oftentimes they're like, well, what the fuck does that actually mean, right? Like, what are you actually talking about? And it is an energy, right? It is a mindset. It is a way of being. And if you're sitting here thinking, well, yeah, I consciously think all the time that I want to be rich and wealthy and blah, blah, blah. Cool. How are you actually applying that to your life? Because here's the thing. If you, number one, let's talk about what the difference is between a lack mindset and a abundant mindset, aka a broke mindset and a rich mindset. A broke mindset will tell you that everything is too good to be true, that everything is a scam, that everyone is out to get you, that money is greed, that money is evil, that people with money are greedy and evil, that all the problems in the world could be fixed with more money, that you also judge other people how they spend their money, you judge other people on how they do anything with money, right? You look at other people's livelihood and have an immediate negative opinion about it because they have more than you. You don't like checking your bank account. You refuse to actually do anything to improve your life whatsoever. You're waiting for someone to come and rescue you. You always have your hand out asking for more. That is a broke mindset. That is a broke way of living. An abundant mindset sees every opportunity as something to enhance their life. They aren't afraid of money. They aren't afraid to look at their bank account. They're not afraid to invest. They're not afraid to hop in on something that feels aligned. They don't judge other people how they're spending their money. They don't see money as a threat. They see it as something that allows them to enhance their life and better their life and create more opportunities for themselves and others. There's just a different way of being whenever you are trying to step into the wealthiest, most abundant, most rich version of your life. And the way that you are being has every domino effect flow of what's actually going to happen for your life, because the manifestation formula is be, do, and then have, right? But so many people try to do, and never be, and it's ass backwards, so it doesn't work. It doesn't ever come to fruition. It doesn't ever make sense because they're working at it from a different angle rather than the angle that is actually going to do something, which is being, the embodiment, the identity piece, the mindset piece. Because here's the thing, we all have a money program that has been secured and cemented into our subconscious mind, and it rules the roost. It really does define what it is that money gets to play in our lives, right? Like, it really does set the tone and the stage for how money gets to operate in and around us and within us. And if you are always going to be victim of that mindset, then it's never going to be your reality. So it does get uncomfortable when you are unlearning all these things. And oftentimes I see people play the blame game, like, well, my mom and my dad and my uncle and my grandma and blah, 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 blah. It has nothing to do with them and everything to do with you, okay? If we look at past generations, like my great-grandparents lived through the Depression. So they raised children with a lack mindset because literally food was scarce, money was scarce, water was scarce, jobs were scarce. And that in tune, my grandparents raising my parents also were putting their scarcity onto them. But here's the truth that we've got to understand as a conscious hive mind in 2026 moving forward. We have never been living in a time where there is more money, more opportunities, more time than there is right now, right? Like, we have so much freedom, but instead of actually tapping into it, we are truly still living by old ass way of things and way of life, okay? We have so much abundance in our world right now, and it literally just takes you tapping into it and aligning yourself with it. And that starts with your thoughts, your energy, and how you dance with money every single day, because money is energy and money is something that you have a relationship with. And a lot of times people have relationships with money where they are treating it like shit, where they are talking negatively about it, where they don't trust it, where they're always waiting for it to abandon them, where they're, judging how money shows up for other people, right? And if you had a friend like that in your life or a significant other like that in your life, you probably wouldn't really enjoy being around them. So why the fuck do you think that money's going to just let you keep treating it like shit and talking about it like shit and still show up for you, right? Money doesn't go where it's wanted, it goes where it's welcomed. So Opening up your space to welcome in abundance and welcome in money is everything. And when you align yourself with wealth and money and abundance by simply changing your state of being, by deciding to think differently, by deciding to operate differently, you're not going to be broke and poor and scarce anymore. And a lot of times people do not like to hear that because they think that it means that, oh my gosh, like, what do you mean I am in control of my circumstances? That's the whole point. The whole point is that you are in control of your circumstances. And sometimes that's not so great to hear because you're like, why would I have created these circumstances for myself? And maybe you aren't directly doing it, but everything that's going on in your subconscious mind is contributing to your current circumstances. But the beautiful thing is that you get to change the circumstances. You get to operate differently in your day-to-day life. You get to decide today, right now, watching this video, that you are going to be different in order to do different, in order to have different. And that's a beautiful thing. You aren't stuck in the current reality that you're in. You get to choose. You get to have different. You get to be different. You can wake up, you can go take a nap, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, wake up and decide to be a different person and actively show up as that different person every single day, every single opportunity, and watch what the fuck happens, okay? Watch what happens. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to do life different for you. No one is coming to provide anything different for you. You have all the control in the world to show up, stand out, and decide that you're no longer taking the bullshit anymore. You're unhappy with your life. Guess what? You get to change it. You're unhappy with the amount of money in your bank account. Guess what? You get to change it. And I'm not talking about getting a different job, doing a different task, trading more time for more money, or what the fuck ever. It starts with looking at money from an energetic lens, which we do inside of my membership, which I teach inside of my membership, which I'm constantly having conversations about inside of my membership. Because when you start to operate in that energy differently, things start to show up differently for you in a more beautiful and abundant way. Personally speaking, yes, I have Mailbox Money. Yes, I have my coaching business, but money and I have a really beautiful relationship, and money supports me regardless of what the fuck I'm doing outside of my business and outside of Mailbox Money and outside of all these other things. Because I choose to show up differently for my relationship with money and my relationship with myself. So there entails why money operates differently for me, right? You think of the people, the millionaire and billionaires of the world, they aren't working harder than other people. They aren't working smarter than other people. They're working more aligned than other people. They're doing what actually makes sense for them. They're going against the grain and doing things that actually work for them versus being another cog in a machine. That machine's only gonna get you so far. And this isn't me saying like, quit your job and go start your own business. Not at all, not at all, not at all. I'm talking about the cog in the machine of limiting beliefs and scarcity mindset and broke mindset, okay? Turn off all the outside noise and get really crystal clear on what you want money to show up for you in your life like. How do you want to dance and operate and move with money? Let's get clear on that first, and then you can actually start to become that version of you that you need to be, who does dance and operate and has that relationship with money, like I just said. If you want help doing this, my membership is where you've got to be. Please check out some of my podcast episodes because they are always full of intuitive downloads. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because I'm always putting out content very similar to this one. My email list is where you want to go whenever I can't have time to film and speak. I just drop it all down in a download to my email subscribers. But the membership is where you want to be. If you want to learn more about Mailbox Money, and you can too also receive fat ass checks in your mailbox weekly, daily. The application's in the show notes for you to apply, and I will see you next time. Bye.